Hello, Thoại sound check. Okay, thank you.
Very good. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining our Medicine Master Buddha birthday celebration today at our way temples, our way places. This is a very important day for me personally because I really am grateful to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas for teaching us this Dharma door here. In particular, I'm grateful to Shakyamuni Buddha, our fundamental teacher, for introducing this Dharma to us. Of course, I'm also grateful to Medicine Master Buddha and his attendants, the sunlight Bodhisattva and moonlight Bodhisattva to help us propagate this Dharma door here in our world. And my teacher, Great Master Shenhua, for teaching us, my generation, this Dharma door, and all of you for practicing this Dharma door with us. Yes, go ahead, DTT.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello, Master. I had a question, and it was, what aspect of Buddhist practice do you personally find the most challenging?
What aspect of Buddhist practice do I find challenging? Right now, the different throughout the different phases in my professional career. Right now, my biggest challenge, my most difficult thing, the most difficult challenge for me is not to retire. I'm Vietnamese. In my culture, when you're about 60 years old, and then you
thì là mình có quyền được về hưu rồi. Nhưng mà cái vấn đề là thầy không có về hưu được. Thầy có quá nhiều đứa con nhỏ mà thầy phải nuôi nấng. Và những cái thời gian mà trước đây mà thầy còn nhỏ đó, cái khó khăn nhất đối với thầy là khi mà người khác đã nói với thầy là mới bắt đầu tu học mà Hòa thượng và thầy người Hoa của thầy đó là đã dạy kinh cuối của Đức Phật là bộ kinh 42 phần. Mà nếu mà quý vị biết về Phật Pháp thì cái vấn đề mà khó nhất, cái việc mà khó nhất để làm trong thế gian này là gì? Những vị mà biết là thì cứ chờ để cho những người khác có cơ hội để mà chia sẻ. Cái gì mà khó nhất trong thế giới của mình? Cái gì mà thách thức nhất? Không có ai biết hả? Cái vấn đề mà thách thức nhất, khó khăn nhất là gì? Cái mà vấn đề việc làm khó nhất trong thế giới này thì là để dập tắt cái ngã. Cái ngã của mình nó còn mạnh hơn là những một đội lính cả 1000 người. Thì cái đó là vấn đề khó nhất mà chúng ta phải đương đầu. Cái vấn đề mà khó nhất là chúng ta là phải dập tan được cái ngã của mình. Mà nói riêng nữa là Đức Phật đã dạy chúng ta làm sao để mà dập tắt cái ngã của mình. Thầy của thầy đã mất đi quá sớm cho nên không có cơ hội để mà hỏi như là quý vị có thể hỏi thầy hôm nay. Thầy cũng phải tìm cách để mà làm sao dập cái ngã của mình và cũng trải qua rất là nhiều những cái thử thách, cái tranh đấu. Và trong thời của chúng ta bây giờ thì cái ngã nó càng ngày nó càng mạnh, càng ngày càng mạnh. Nó rất là khó để mà có thể làm ngược lại với lại cái ngã của mình và để dập tắt được cái ngã của mình. Thì cái đó là những cái đấu tranh mà thầy phải trải qua trước đây. Thì may mắn cho thầy là được những cái phước báo của Đức Phật Dược Sư để mà thầy có thể vượt qua được và sống sót tới ngày hôm nay. Câu hỏi hay. Câu hỏi tiếp theo. Một cái bài học nào mà quan trọng nhất mà thầy nghĩ là mình phải cần học được trong cuộc đời trước đây của thầy? Cuộc đời trước đây là tuổi nào ha? Khoảng những tuổi 20. Tuổi 20 là trễ quá rồi, không còn học được gì nữa đâu. Để thầy nói cho quý vị biết. Còn 15 tuổi thì sao? 15 tuổi là quá trễ rồi. Cũng quá trễ rồi. 10 tuổi. Thấp hơn nữa. Câu hỏi hay. Cái bài học nào mà quan trọng nhất ta có thể học được trong đời của mình trước đây, thời còn thơ ấu? Thì để thầy hỏi quý vị là những cái bài học nào mà quý vị đã học được. Bây giờ nhìn lại thì chúng ta có thể bây giờ chúng ta đã có một cái khía cạnh khác và có cái lợi thế mà có thể nhìn lại thì học được gì. Cô Duina, cậu đã hướng dẫn cái buổi lễ xong rồi, cậu có thể thư giãn rồi thầy còn hỏi nữa. Không có được như vậy. Thầy con chưa học được gì hết thầy. Thì có ai khác hay không? Có nhiều người là chúng ta đã mất đi cái hy vọng rồi, không còn vô vọng rồi. Mà cho tất cả quý vị khác thì là bài học nào quan trọng nhất? Số 3. Cảm ơn thầy. Bà Jane Clymer nói là để mà chúng ta có thể tạo phước và làm được công đức. Cái đó là quan trọng nhất để mà có thể học trước trong đời trước của mình. Thầy, cậu nói là cậu mong là cậu có thể biết được cái việc này trước đây. Mà trước đó thì cô không có, mà trước đó cô đâu phải là Phật tử đâu, mà tại sao nó quan trọng? Còn mọi người khác, cái bài học nào mà quan trọng nhất mà quý vị ước mong đã học được sớm hơn khi mà còn trẻ? Còn thầy Hiền Chỉ, thầy muốn ở lại để mà theo thầy cũ của mình phải không? Tại hồi đó con rất là tham thức ăn khi mà con còn trẻ. Vậy hả? Nhìn thầy Hiền Chỉ không có biết được là việc đó như vậy. Thì có một vài thời gian mà khi mà con làm lễ ở nhà rồi con ăn rất là nhiều thức ăn ngọt và con bị bệnh, cho nên con học là con không nên ăn nhiều quá. Thì cái đó là bài học rất là hay. Nhưng bây giờ thì phải ăn hơn chút xíu nữa nha. Bây giờ thầy có rất là nhiều việc phải làm. Thầy phải leo cây, Rồi thầy phải leo những cái tháp để mà giúp mọi người. Còn mọi người khác, cái bài học quan trọng nhất là gì? Các ai muốn chia sẻ không? Số 2. Đây là những câu hỏi hay. Dạ thầy, con ước mong là con đã biết làm sao để mà tôn trọng những người lớn hơn mình trước đây, để mà được có sự tôn trọng đối với người khác. Cái đó rất là hay. Thầy cũng ước mơ là như vậy, thì cái đó cũng là một điều quan trọng đối với thầy. Và thầy cũng ước mong là thầy đã học trước đây, nhưng mà không có phải là tới lúc mà thầy lớn tuổi hơn thì thầy mới biết tôn trọng người khác. Nếu mà chúng ta không tôn trọng người khác thì chúng ta sẽ khổ. Tin thầy đi. Cuộc đời của thầy trước đây đã rất là khổ đau trước khi mà thầy biết tôn trọng người khác. Tại sao như vậy? Nếu mà chúng ta không có sự tôn trọng thì những vị thầy hay những vị thầy giỏi sẽ không dạy cho chúng ta. Các vị nhìn mình và nói là người đó không xứng đáng để mà được dạy. Thì những việc gì mà quan trọng quý vị muốn học? Dạ, cô Hiền Tính. Những vị tu sĩ của thầy ai cũng là đang thư giãn, tại vì thầy đang thuyết pháp thì mình có thể thư giãn ở đây. Thì cái bài học mà quan trọng nhất là cô muốn học khi mà còn trẻ là gì? Đừng có quá tự hào về bản thân mình. Cái đó cũng không có tệ lắm. Còn ai khác không mà muốn chia sẻ với chúng ta? Thì số 3.
Thank you, Master. Brady McBride says that your ego can become your worst enemy.
Your ego can become your worst enemy, but it could be your best friend too. True, very true. Very good. Anyone else? What is a lesson you learned? You feel that you wish you had learned it a lot earlier when you were a lot younger? What is it? Okay, very good. Let me tell you. The lesson I learned among the, I agree with the earlier answer, is that the most important lesson I feel that I should have learned when I was a lot younger was to be respectful. Okay, children in particular need to be taught to be respectful. That value should be instilled in children. The sooner the better, okay? And along with that, when they're a little bit older, then to me, an equally important lesson, okay, is even though you're respectful, there's still something missing, right? Yeah. Yes, you're respectful, that's very important part of your value system, is to be respectful towards everyone. Okay? Everyone. You have to be respectful. But that's not enough. The reason you want to be respectful is because of number 2. So you could say, could be 1A and 1B. Okay? They're equally important if you ask me. What's a very important thing you need to do as well? I wish I knew this a lot sooner. Go ahead, DTT. What did you wish?
I wish I know about planting, the importance of planting blessings.
Importance of planting blessings. Very good. Okay, anyone else? It's still not 1B yet. It's very important, but still not 1B. What is 1B? Yeah, give this lady here a microphone, please.
Dạ, con kính thưa Thầy, con wish là con muốn những việc làm, những hành động của con và những lời nói của con không làm cho tổn thương và tổn hại phiền não đến mọi người xung quanh của mình. Dạ. Và sáng hôm nay khi đi kinh hành niệm Phật thì tự nhiên con giác ngộ ra cái câu là ngày xưa ông bà có nói là trước khi nói thì phải uốn lưỡi 7 lần. Dạ, con hiểu là tại sao mình phải uốn lưỡi 7 lần rồi, để không có xúc phạm đến người khác, không làm phiền lòng người khác, không làm đau khổ cho người khác bằng những hành động và những lời nói của mình. A Di Đà Phật. Dạ.
Hello, Master. One thing that I wish that I had done when I was younger was that to be careful with my actions and that they don't cause harm or afflictions to others. When I was circumambulating this morning, I discovered and thought about the sayings from our ancestors. And the saying is that before you speak, you should twirl your tongue 7 times. This means that you need to consider how your actions and speech specifically will harm others and to act accordingly so that not to cause harm.
Very good. That's very important.
Đúng rồi, cái đó là
Okay. DTT, there's a question or is it an answer? Let's get through to this answer first and we'll move on to the next question. DTT comment.
Be grateful.
Be grateful. Very good. That's also a very important lesson. Okay? But still not 1B. What about go first?
Amitabha Master. Yeah, my guess is along with grateful that I wish to learn early in life is gratitude. We often take this for granted that the love of our parents and the society and all the things we receive, we forget to be grateful for that. Yeah.
It sounds like this is a common discovery when you get old, that you say, I got to be more grateful. He may look young, but actually in real life, he's very old. Okay, not bad. It's a very good lesson, absolutely. That's wonderful. You're sharing all these experiences for you. Yes, but still 1B I'm looking for. Anyone? Want to give up? Yes, DTT.
Thank you, Master. One of the lessons that when we was young, my dad always taught us that we need to do whatever action that we do, it have to have moral.
Morals, be moral, okay? Excellent, absolutely. Being moral is a source of your happiness. This is what worldly people don't realize. You have to be moral in order to be happy. In other words, the gooder your heart is, the happier you will be. So you only have to work on becoming gooder and gooder. That's how you become happier and happier. Okay? That's why I discovered too. In my last 20 years, I've been hoping to get a red car, and it made me very happy after 20 years and dropping hints left and right to all my disciples. They would pull funds to buy me this, buy me that, but refuse to buy a red car. I don't know why. Why not? But it's so disappointing. But anyway, see, the point I'm trying to make is that hoarding things will not make you happy. Because before you can get those things, you're unhappy because you don't have it. Okay? And once you have it, then you want more. So things will not make you happy. If you want to be happier, you have to be gooder. Yes, 5.
Master, another one that I wish I could have done earlier is to be honest.
Be honest.
To the person that
Liar. Never mind.
I do. That's, I think, the most respect that I will give to the person that I trust and I love the most. To be honest with that person.
I see. Even though they're dishonest, like some disgusting politicians.
It's theirs. It's their problem.
Very good. I can provoke him. Very good. Yeah. Yes, DTT.
What does the concept of nirvana mean to you personally?
Concept of nirvana. Okay, let me finish the prior question. Okay, I will then come to that question. Okay, 1B. 1A is that you need to learn to be respectful. You need to believe in being respectful. You don't think about it. You see everyone, you become respectful. You never look down upon anyone. You never think less of anyone. Okay? You should put them higher than you, or at least equal to you, never lower. Is it clear? Why do you do that? You do that for the most important reason, okay, is so that you can find someone who's willing to teach you or guide you. This is a tragedy of most people in the world. They have no one to show them the way. I was very, very unhappy my entire life, half of my life, until I stumbled upon my teacher. When I was at the age of 18 in high school, 17 in high school, I was going to a French high school. I knew already back then, okay, growing up with no guidance, so I would go to the bookstore and look for books on self-improvements. This is a long, long time ago, folks, before the book of self-improvements were the vogue, were the rage, decades later. I was looking for tips on how to improve myself already, okay? Didn't know how to improve myself, so I picked up books on psychology, how to win friends, influence people, and all those things. And I even learn martial arts, thinking I can improve myself that way as well. So I stumble on things. I try to search for tips on how to improve myself. Okay, and this is, I want to share this with all of it, with the young people at DTT right now, because it's not about cultivation. It's about living your life. Okay, later, for example, you young people, hopefully, I hope you'll be able to find a job. That is, if AI does not replace you, make you obsolete. Okay, if you can find a job at work, okay, the best thing for you that could happen to you is find a mentor, someone who can mentor you, who guide you through and help you build your career. Okay, you come to the temple, if you're respectful, you'll find plenty of people who can mentor you as well. And that's very, very important. Why is that? Because if you didn't have people to mentor you, to guide you, or to teach you, you basically end up reinventing the wheel most of the time. You try to reinvent the wheel, whereas life is too short. You should learn from the people who are more experienced, who have known success, so that it speeds up your success. It makes it faster for you to be successful. Okay, and spiritually, that's just from a worldly perspective. Spiritually, you need what we call a good knowing advisor, someone who has real wisdom, who can teach you how to be happy. It takes people with wisdom to teach you how to be happy. Because until you have wisdom, you don't know how to be happy, unfortunately. Okay, very good. Question here is, what's nirvana to me? Nirvana is something that is unreachable to me. I have no time for nirvana. I'm too busy. What is nirvana? Nirvana, by definition, have some characteristics. Okay, 4 characteristics of nirvana. All right, if you follow the spiritual path, any spiritual path, but in Buddhism, nirvana to us is this place here where we will experience 4 characteristics. Okay, what are those 4? Number 1, purity. Purity meaning that you are free from greed, anger, and stupidity. Meaning that until you reach nirvana, you are prone to thoughts of stupidity, actions out of anger, and being overwhelmed by greed. All right? And so that's why this is why when you reach nirvana, you'll be free of all those 3 poisons, as we call them in Buddhism. That's number 1, purity. Okay? Number 2, what's the point in doing it if it's not fun? Okay? Fun in Buddhism is the pure fun in Buddhism, the advanced fun in Buddhism is called bliss. Okay? The bliss is the spiritual fun that you will experience in your mind, and then that will percolate down to your body, and then it will manifest through your mouth and your behavior, so that your language, you speak fun, you know about fun, you can talk about fun, and you can live with fun. Okay, you know how to live in fun. So that's why that's what we call bliss in nirvana. All right, that's the number 2 characteristic. Okay, what's number 3? Number 3 is permanence. Everything we have in this world is impermanent. Okay, you find out yourself. For example, love is impermanent. You don't believe me right now, but someday you will. You fall in love, then you will fall out of love, guaranteed. Okay, love is impermanent. All right? Parents are impermanent because your parents will die. Okay? So everything in life is impermanent, whereas nirvana is something that you discover this concept of permanence, that things will never change, meaning that your purity will never change, your bliss will never change. So this permanent things here is you will experience constancy, you will experience permanence, you will no longer lose it, okay? You will no longer experience loss. And the 4th characteristics of nirvana is man, I thought you had wisdom. You've been certified to have wisdom, you don't know anything about nirvana. This is so alarming. You should memorize these characteristics, you people. Okay? The 4th characteristics of nirvana is true self. Meaning that the ego you have right now, all your fears, all your anxiety, all your depression, all your arrogance, okay, your ego there, the self there, is actually in Buddhism a false self. It's not the true you. That's why you're unhappy. That's why you have so many issues. All right? When you find a true self, that's when you experience permanence, you experience bliss, you experience purity. Is that clear? So the true self is the foundation. Is that being there, that state of being where you're true, okay? You're really true, the true self there. You no longer feel the need to lie. You no longer feel the need to scam people, to cheat people. You no longer feel the need to do ugly things you regret later. Okay, you be true to yourself. You're no longer worried about what others think of you. You're no longer worried that people whether they will like you or not. Okay, because you'll be true to yourself no matter what, and that's really a virtuous thing to be able to have. Okay, the state of being. All right, so that's what nirvana means to me. And I hope that one day I get there, and I can't wait to get there, because when I get there, I would say, sayonara. Okay, good luck to you. All right, any final question? Yes, 8.
Master, what's the difference between reciting the Buddha's name and their mantra? And when would you use reciting the name, and when would you use the mantra?
Okay. What mantra?
Any, like Medicine Master Buddha's name or his mantra.
Okay. The Buddha's name is something that there are different Dharma doors. They have different uses. We teach you many, many Dharma doors. In Mahayana in particular, we teach you so many different Dharma doors because they are designed for different purposes, okay? And in particular, you want to learn as many Dharma doors as possible for a few reasons. Number one, there are what is it? One helps the other. What's the word? Mutually beneficial, they aid each other. I'm sorry? Symbiotic, there you go. The symbiotic relationship. But it's more, there's another adjective that I thought of yesterday, and there were so many questions, I didn't have a chance to use that adjective, and then today I forgot. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's time to retire. Mutually beneficial. Okay, so this is why when we teach you different Dharma doors, don't say I like this. I only practice Chai. I only practice Pure Land. I practice mantras because that's the best for me. It's no such thing. That's nonsense. That's what the Asians are taught. You specialize one Dharma. And that's not a good thing for you. You should learn as many Dharma as possible, okay? And you practice one Dharma when you are told to practice that Dharma single-mindedly for a while, but you still need to learn a lot of Dharma doors, okay? That's very important to distinguish, because when I first started too, I was told that you need to specialize in one Dharma door. So either a Chan, even in Chan, should you practice Hua To, should you practice breath counting, should you practice mindfulness, meditation, and so forth, okay? And that's a wrong advice, by the way, for you, okay? You teachers should stop doing that. Again, that one Dharma door, you specialize in one Dharma door when you're told to do so. You start out first by learning as many as possible and learning to do what everyone else is doing. That's much more important, okay, than specializing in one Dharma door. All right? So that's why you learn how to recite the Buddha's name. Okay, the Buddha's name is one Dharma door that you can use very easily, and that function there is primarily is to set your mind into this being called the Buddha versus you, your thoughts. When you're not thinking about the Buddha, you're thinking for yourself. So you talk about purity versus untruth. Truth versus untruth. Purity versus impurity. This is you, your ego, yourself, okay? And you have a lot of poisons, you have a lot of anger, a lot of greed. And when you're thinking, you're plotting for yourself, okay? You're always scheming for yourself. So what you taught is that when you're driving your car or when you're walking down the street, instead of thinking about what I'm going to do and so forth, okay, and scheming for yourself, you taught to recite the Buddha's name, okay, and that's to purify your mind. And that's very easy for you to do. Whereas a mantra, for example, has many, many lines, has many, many Chinese characters, and therefore it's harder, it requires more concentration. So that's why the reciting Buddha's name is very, very important Dharma door. You should all be practicing because you can do it anywhere, anytime to clear your mind. If you're depressed, if you have so much anxiety, if you're so upset, okay, all you have to do is purify your mind, get rid of those thoughts by substituting those negative thoughts with a positive thought, that is the Buddha's name. That's a very, very beautiful practice. Very simple, but very effective. Okay? So for example, when you're angry or depressed, don't worry about yourself. Don't worry about how bad you feel and how wrong this person is, how justified you are in getting angry. Just realize that you don't want to be angry, you don't want to be depressed, okay? And all you have to do is recite Buddha's name. Okay? Purify, clear your head with those negative thoughts with the Buddha's name. So you take the Buddha's name, which is a pure, which is purity, which is the most lofty things in the universe, okay? And you stick it in your head instead of following your negative thoughts, all right? That's why it's a very powerful Dharma door, very useful Dharma door. You should use it, okay? Learn to use it. And if you are so good at it, okay, you can clear out your depression and clear out your anger that fast with the Buddha's name. That's it. All right? What about mantra? Mantras are secret words from the Buddha. And so Buddha taught us mantra because there are some secret things there that is doing that we don't even need to know. Okay? You should know in general what they do and so forth. If you're a more advanced practitioner like Master Shinhua, he's a specialist in mantras. That's why he understands all the mantras. And most of the mantras that we practice, he understands them all. Okay? So because it's his specialty. He became enlightened by practicing mantras. So he came to this world here, to our world, this time around, to teach us more about the mantras. These mantras, because they have a purpose, the mantras are designed to subdue the troublemakers, the externalists, and the demons. They're designed to subdue those evil beings. Okay, so they're more powerful in the Buddha's name in that sense. The mantra have very specific purpose. Buddha's name are more general. Okay? And so So mantras are secret words, secret and sacred words from the Buddha. The Buddha taught us, and each mantra has particular uses. Okay, so that's why you learn different types of mantras, and you apply those mantras given certain conditions. For example, in my daily work, I don't have time to recite the Buddha's name, okay, because I'm just too busy. And when I have a chance, I will recite mantras, because I use mantras a lot in my work. All right? Okay, time is up. Thank you, everyone. We'll take a short break and come back for the lunch offering.